Hello everybody. Saturday the 1st, 2019, 12:44 a.m. It was low tide, not a high tide. So why did Theo walk up on top of the sand all the way from that street, all the way up? Now, I've worked out what he's done. He's left the cheeky monkey at 11:08 p.m. on the Friday night. He's then walked up the side street, up to Tennyson Road, got up to the end of that. Now, he might have met backpackers or not, I don't know, coming the other way. But then he's realised if he backtracked back down to the park, go across the concrete path, he then goes through the park, across straight ahead through that street, down to the end of the road up a little hill, turns right, turns left into Short Street, and then turns left and goes down, I'll just get the name. Righto, I'll read it out to you. If you want to get on Google Earth, we'll call this the Theo summary. 11:08, he walks out the front door in the main street of Byron Bay called Johnson Street. He then turns left into Ruskin Street, Ruskin Street, and then he walks east on that over where are we? Just trying to find the name of the street. It's gone. Middleton Road, Middleton Street. Then walks up the Tennyson Street, Temymyson Street. Then turns left, walks right up the very far end of Tennyson Street, which was proven by his GPS through the private investigator and federal police. He then walks right up there to the blockage, which is a walking trail, which eventually joins on to Gilmore Crescent in my video, which I drove up around to. He then goes across the park through the far post Byron Bay Football Club. Then he walks straight across that, heading true east to... I'm trying to do this one end, sorry, while you're watching the TV screen. Marvel Street, Marvell, and goes up Little Tiny Hill and then turns right into Massinger, Massinger Street. Then he turns left into Short, Short Street. Then he turns right into Patterson, Paterson, not double T, one T. So I'm spelling everything. And then he walks up there to Milne Street, Milne Street, to the very dead end where I filmed the backpacker, the French guy, who to me was a house short of a few bricks, because he kept saying, "Why are you filming? Why are you filming?" I'm not even going to bother going there. Then he walks down Milne Street track, Milne track, like I spell that, Track. But then again, some countries don't spell it with C either. Right, then that branches off to the right because the main track goes up to the ranger station. This is where the news media's got it wrong. They think he's come out through the back of the ranger station into the car park that way. No, he did not. He turned hard right at the beginning of the Milne Street track. And then he's gone right down onto the beach and he's come out And now I'm going to pause it and I'm going to do a mileage and I'll tell you how far he walked from where he come onto the beach until Cozy Corner. Now this is where Theo walked down onto Milne Street track. And he's walked up this beach. Now this is where the media gets it wrong. They think he come out Challows Beach Road and walked out this track or this track. He did not. He walked out down there I just showed you. That's where he walked out. And just make a note of the track and see where it goes, see? And there's another track goes that way, but this thing's not showing it. If I blow that up, it might show it. There is another track. So he's then gone down this track. So now look, now he's heading south. Now he's heading southwest. Now he's heading... Now he's heading northeast. Just my luck, isn't it? I'll change hands, hang on. You know how hard it is to do this to another phone? One phone to another. Right, then he's come over here and there's the beach. Then he's walked along the top of the beach. By the way, that blue line there, that's a crack in my phone. First I got it. Somebody broke it. There's the first track. There's the car park track. Is that the car park track? Hang on, let me have a look. Right, that's not the track he come out on. Oh, that's another track, I think. Then right up here's Cozy Corner. See, so he's gone past that one. He's gone past that one. He's gone past that one. So he was on the fourth track down from Cozy Corner. There you are. You just seen it. The fourth track. Channel 9 wouldn't even listen to me when I said to him, I said, you're showing the car park at Challows Beach is where Theo walked in. I said, he didn't. I said, your own Channel 9 60 Minutes showed him walking down Milne Street track. I said, you can't even get your news right from your own Channel 60 Minutes TV station. And the woman at Channel 9 says, oh, it doesn't matter. You write us an email and you explain it. No, they're a TV station. They're employed to do a job. You can't do your job, Channel 9. That's your problem. You know, you're stupid. That's why I don't watch free-to-air TV, ever. Because they're so unreliable, and that's why I go out, I do all my own research. Because I absolutely find the current day media unreliable. They can't even get the facts straight. So that's where he goes in. Right. So this is now, Theo walks up there, and then in the video clip, it shows him on his walking trail. Now, I'll bring that up and put that on the camera, on this film. Right, I'm going to find that video. One little question. The police said he tried to climb around the rocks. This is what I still don't get. So why was his phone still there at lunchtime the next day? If you climbed up the rocks, you would keep your phone in your pocket. I've already had several comments on my YouTube channel that says, that makes sense. Why would he leave his phone behind and dump it? You wouldn't. The only reason you would take a phone out of your pocket or off your body, I'll put it that way, off your body, in other words, you took your pants off and had your phone in your pocket, which is what every normal person would do, and then leave it up on the beach because you went for a swim. But for the police to say, if I got the media right, they said in the inquiry that he tried to climb the rocks and then he fell off the rocks and drowned. Well, then why was his phone sitting on the beach for 12 more hours before it walked around the corner at midday the next day, on Saturday the 1st of June 2019? Theo's not going to dump his phone on the beach and walk up and try and climb up rocks to get out of there. He would have just walked back the way he came, because it was quite evident that he's not going to walk, like I said. Backpackers do not walk around that headland even at low tide, because if they get hurt, they've got nobody up there with them. It's only the local homeless people that walk around the headland. And I lived there as a homeless person, and I spoke to a lot of homeless people. And they told me 20 years ago, you don't walk around the headland by yourself. It is too dangerous. And that's coming from people 20 years ago, they're still the same rocks, that said you don't walk around that headland by yourself. So Theo would not be trying to climb the rocks and leave his phone on the beach. He would have took his phone out of his pocket, took his pants off down to his boxers. He might have even went skinny dipping, God rest his soul. Who cares? He's an 18-year-old guy. He's in Byron Bay. There's several nudist beaches in the area. It's midnight. No one's there to see him. Who's so what? He's a guy. He wants to say, we're here, have a bit of fun halfway around the world. And he goes for a quick skinny dip. But what he doesn't realise is this now that I'm about to show you. Now, this was filmed as the tide was just coming in. Theo was there at 12:04 or 12:08 when his phone last done a GPS ping at Cozy Corner. Now, at 12:44, the tide then turns from being an outgoing tide, so waves come in, hit the beach, turn to their right, which is Theo's left, then come across in front of Theo, and then they go out. And he's walked out into it, and he's caught in that rip. So the waves come in this side, they come across in front of Theo, and they get dragged out that way, and the rocks are over here. Sorry about the darkness. Right, I'm over tide. I've travelled all the way back down from Byron Bay. I'm back home in Sydney. I've got a junk of a house to clean up. Probably about that in the background. Don't reflect my studio room on my intelligence. That's the best way to put it. Don't judge a book by its cover. Right, so he's gone in there at 12 o'clock. Now, there it is there, 12:44. It went from low tide turning into a high tide at 6:29 a.m. Right, so now let's play the video. Now, I said I was going to come back to the beach. I'm going to come back here at this backpacker. A, I think he's lying, because B, he said he lives at Brunswick Heads. So why is he parking up a dead-end street at Milne Street when he could have drove home to Brunswick Heads in 15 minutes? And why was he asleep in the back of the car? When I got out of the car and I looked through his windscreen, he was lying in the back floor and lying down having to sleep. Now, he's not surfing because he's too far away from the ocean. This is a Milne Street. Now, have a listen. So he lied, but that's nothing to do with Theo. But this is why the council chases these guys out, because that's what they do. They live around the back streets and the neighbours don't want them. How they get to the camera? What's in the car?
Backpackers van. A van.
But they're backpackers.
The backpackers, yeah.
So why would that backpacker now be parked up here? Now there you go, right on camera, not planned, not staged, is it? No, we just drove up here, he's there. Because they walked down the trail. You see what he's done? Now, so what I'll do, I'll put you on pause, I'll get out of the car, and we'll have a little chat to the backpacker and whatever else, and then we'll get out and I'll come back and it's pissing it about to bugger off down here with rain, so I've got to be quick.
Yeah, my two bad knees.
So there we go, we got a backpacker's car.
So look, he's got no, see look, you can see through his top windscreen. I seen him in the back floor lying down. He's living in that car. Then he lies, he said, no, I live at Brunswick Heads.
And he's left his jumper on it. Hello. Here he comes. All right. Okay, well, the man here with me, hang on, I don't need any names, I'm not going to show your face. It's camera's recording. So you're from France, French.
Yeah.
You're living in Brunswick.
Yeah.
You've been here for how long in Australia?
Couple of years? 3 years maybe?
3 years. You didn't hear about Theo Hayez, the missing backpacker from Byron Bay who disappeared?
Oh, that was a year ago or something?
It was 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, alright.
June the 1st, 2019.
Alright.
This is where he disappeared.
Here?
Right
I find
here
it
in your
interesting, the sticker he's got on the front of his
Right, come
car.
over here and I'll show you. Right. So down here,
Right, so that's him. So why would that backpacker be there? Of all the streets in Byron Bay, because all the backpackers talk about going down Milne Street Trail. It's a very commonly known thing amongst backpackers. Now, if you're a backpacker, you go to another country, are you going to talk to a travel agent or are you going to talk to another backpacker who says, oh, we went up there, that was great, you've got to take a lot of water, you've got to take a tent, you've got to take a blanket, you've got to take a raincoat, you've got to do this or else you've got to do that. Or they're going to say, don't go out there, it's too dangerous, it's blah, 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 right? Backpackers talk to backpackers. That is their way of security. Now, Theo walked right there to the left-hand side of that red sign.
that's what he did. He walked down here with his friends and they all walked down this trail. And it was all the way down there.
Now,
down to the
notice
beach.
where my hand goes.
Now, his GPS tracking, this is the friend.
Right. He went down there and then he went that way. In the picture, that's Byron Bay Headland way up there. Now, what you don't realise is, where that trail comes out down there on the beach, to Byron Bay Headland is 1 kilometre. Right? 1 kilometre. Right? That's a fair bloody walk. It's almost a mile, about a mile or a kilometre. Because I done a quick, try to do a measurement on the map, but it wouldn't let me put 2 pins and get an accurate mileage. So it just showed me 200 metres width of my finger, and then I quickly went along and I counted 5 to 6 widths of my finger. So that makes it 1,000 metres, which is 1 kilometre or roughly 1 mile. So that's how far he walked. And mind you, he's already walked, you've got to keep this in mind. He's up at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, he's gone out for the whole day, he's then gone back into town, left the cheeky monkey at 11:08, he's 18 years old, might not be used to alcohol, he's then walked up that side street, then walked up Tennyson Street, then doubled back, then come across the park. Maybe he was by himself going across the park. Maybe he did not meet somebody from the Byron Bay Hotel. That was my surmise, because that's where they also all walk, because that's what they do. They tell each other the shortcut. Cuts across that park, goes out that street, comes down Milne Street, goes down through there, because when you look up there to the right, I'll see if I can see that big hill? That's what he's got to walk over. That's where the road is.
It's up over this great big bloody hill. There, look, I've got my finger. That's the mountain, but you might not be able to see it on the TV screen, but I can see the shade difference. That's the height of the road. Up here, past the ranger station. I drive it. You have a look in the video, and it drives down, and then it comes down, and then it comes down, and then it comes down. Right? It's up several hundred metres. It's half the height of the Byron Bay headland. That's why he walked this way. Because it was flat. He didn't want to go over this great big hill. But go and look at Google Earth, get a side shot, and you'll be able to see it. Does that explain now why he went that way? Right, now we'll do the ocean. Now, this is a street.
He would have come out.
If he would have walked up the end of Tennyson Road, this is where he would have come out. Now notice the hill.
This is why the other backpackers, they walk down here.
See, I said walk
It's
down.
not an isolated area. Got the Byron Bay Youth Activity Centre. There's the trail there. Now you notice there too, this is the problem with Byron Bay. No camping anytime, any street, parks, reserves, foreshores or car parks.
It's $1,000 fine.
Right.
Right.
I'll get back to that.
Now this is why this backpacker, the French guy, was parking up there where he was, because he doesn't think the rangers are going to catch him.
And they said, oh, yeah.
Now watch. Now we're going uphill. Back up there to the street. Now if I turn left, turn right, turn left, at the end of this street, I'll be at the Byron Bay Hotel. That's why they all walk down that street from the Byron Bay Hotel. So if you turn left, turn right, turn left, you go to the Byron Bay Hotel. And this is why they don't walk this way. It's uphill. Look at the gutters. Look where the drains are. And this idiot here, look, they don't even look. He's walking uphill. See, the car's going uphill. If that car was going level, that camera would be sitting like that. It's not. It's sitting like it is. It's going uphill. You watch, I take my foot off the accelerator and it dies down pretty quick. What's the speed of the white lines on the road? If you can't get it in your mind, look at this. Look at the white lines. Look. It's getting slower. That's why Theo did not go this way. Now, this has nothing to do with his disappearance. This has got to do with the reason why he walked down through the Milne Street track. Now, look at that. Now, he's definitely going uphill. See the cars coming downhill. Look at it. So what I said, look at the view there. Back up a bit. Let's have a look again. This is how high up the hill was. This is why he walked down Milne Street. Because everybody said, don't go up that way, you're going to walk up a great big hill. So look. It's a great big hill. See the trees in the far distance? There's the water way down there. Not a bad little cameraman, am I? What happened?
Come back to you. So there we go. So here we are, back down the bottom of the hill before I turn the camera to the right and I lost the footage. Now we're going uphill again. That orange bollards up there on the right, that's the view. But you also note we're still not at the top of the hill. There's the height of the hill. Look, you can see cars way down the hill. Down there in the other street. Now look, we're still going uphill. Now we get the top of the hill. Now we're coming down Tallows Beach Road. Now we're going downhill. Now look how far downhill we've got to go. Now we're going down. There's a little bit of an up. Then it goes down. There's got to be a little bit of an up because I always have that, or else the water comes down the road so fast it would rip the side of that road there out. That's why they put a little raise in the road to make a drain in front of those houses so all the water doesn't come down this one piece of road off the main road up above. It's an engineering road thing, right? It's called like a catchment. It's like the water comes off Tallows Road from the headland road, comes around the corner, they build the road up a little bit high, so it pulls it up, puts it into a stormwater drain, then they shoot off in the bush. But when it comes down here, it doesn't matter because it's past all the developments, past all the houses. It doesn't matter. Because that's what I do. I do water. Water movement around railway bridges and where the railway tracks get flooded. It's all got to do, of course, in water movement, the power of water, tidals of water, flood depths of water, everything that water can do. I've like you've all seen a house get washed away by flood water. Now this is where the silly news crew made out that Theo walked. He did not. Now it's right there where that news reporter stood and said, "Oh, this is where Theo walked." It's not. That's the car park. Have a look. I'll back it up. Look, some even local even left a nice little note. Read it. Look.
You like the Byron Bay sense of humour? Now, just stopping here, this is what it's like walking through Byron Bay, going down to the beach. Now, all that debris in there is from storms and whatever else, and the rangers only have to put it beyond the fence line, see, because they got this fence, so therefore then you've got no reason to walk over there. Now, if you're going to walk through that, you can trip over and break your ankle and whatever else, because there's sticks and Christ knows what. But that's where the...
So that's why Theo didn't try and walk down through the bush. That's why he went down the Milne Street track, because I told him it's nice and clean. You've seen it in the beginning of this video, how wide and how clean it is.
Homeless people sleep. Right? And what they used to do was bury their tents in the sand. I spoke about it before. But that was between North Byron Bay to Brunswick Heads. Now I've got to save my memory card. I don't know how much memory I've got left. I've got to come down there on the beach. But here I am. I'm just leaving the grass. Yeah, look at that. There's a piece of clothing. I said in my YouTube before on the live stream.
See that? Right, now I'm going to show you something. It's the same towel. I brought it home. There you go. That's a towel in the video. Don't worry about all my junk. Forget it. So, there's the towel. Now that just proved the point. I even took a towel home. So Theo walks up there at 12 o'clock midnight, leaves his phone in his shorts and his long brown pants and his shirt, and somebody comes on there at midday, looks around, nobody here, nobody standing there because Theo got washed out at say 12:15, midnight, right? Let's say theoretically. Didn't climb up the rocks, his phone's in his pocket. Because at midday, his phone walked around the headland, but it wasn't turned on. It was the spy software. Now that's in 60 minutes, and I'll put that on this tape. So, if I picked up that towel there and I brought that home, what's to say somebody didn't find Theo's good, nice t-shirt and nice pair of brown pants and good quality shoes. He's all come all the way there from Belgium. He would have got nice, decent shoes. He was in the nightclub with them. They're nice clothes. They're not ripped. They're not torn. They're not homeless clothes. They're good quality clothes. They're nice and clean. And a homeless person picked them up. And he said, oh, man, they'll fit me. Like me, the towel. And they took them home. And then it was 4 days later when his mother made contact with the New South Wales police. 4 days later. Everybody's forgetting that key thing. So that person that picked up Theo's pants and phone had 4 days to leave the state, to leave the country, leave the area, or just ditch the phone in the bin and are still walking around with a pair of pants. How are you ever going to trace a pair of pants, a shoes, and a shirt? How? They're bought off the rack. You wouldn't know. They walk right past you in the main street of Byron Bay. And that guy is definitely not going to tell anybody. Because homeless people said to me, oh, I found these on the beach. I don't know who they belong to. And I'm going to prove to you, I used to live on the street in a big mobile home at the end of this video. So then you can see, I'm not pulling your leg. I lived in a 12.5 metre house bus on the side of the road around Byron Bay, Brunswick Heads, Mullumbimby, and all Broken Head, Tweed Heads, Coolangatta, Chindra, Mawulumba, because I was up there doing the disused railway lines. And part of my job was park along the train tracks. Now, do you think I'm going to pay for a motel every night for the next 12 months? No, I had my motorhome, and I just park wherever I had to go, just as I went along. Anyway, get back onto this. Now, there's the towel. Let's go see how far Theo walked.
People leave their stuff behind and nobody picks it up. So, that's proven that one right, correct? Right. Can anybody see many footprints? Very few.
You notice that? Look and see. There's not many footprints. Now, this is the walkout track from the car park. There's not many footprints. There's over 170 people already watched the first download of this video. Has anybody realised that? There's hardly any footprints on this part of the beach because it's out in the wind zone. The wind blows up there, but in Cozy Corner, that's why it's called Cozy Corner. The wind does not blow in there because it's got the high cliffs right next to it like that. And the wind doesn't blow in there. It blows up over the top of the mountain, which makes that an air pocket. I hope I'm making sense. I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. That's why there's no footprints. They get blown away. It's like the Sahara Desert.
And they're old. They're blown over. I hope you appreciate this.
Now,
There's the rain coming. We're about to get soaked.
what can you see right there, straight away? I noticed that as soon as I walk down there, what is in front of you? Even though the camera's jumping up and down, you can see all those white waves. Look at all the white waves. And then look how far away that is. And tide's going out because that's wet right there in front of me. So that means that tide there is on the way out like Theo. So look. Or is it coming in? I don't know. I could really go and check the tide chart, but I really can't be bothered because this is 2021. Doesn't really matter. Now the tide comes in on the pre-wet area. See that? And that's what I'm saying. That's where you walk from. Way down there. A mile away. Kilometre away. In being funny. Well, that's all right. I mean, I'm not getting up there. I'm not getting paid by anybody to do it. But look at the wet area. Now, can you see something over there in the corner? What's the waves? There's the waves. Don't want to sound boring, but this is how you learn. You've got to look and see. Right. Now, let's move it up a bit. That rock comes out of the water, so the tide's coming in. Hang on, back up a bit. I went a little bit too far. Now, I walk up here, and now I'm puffing and panting. Look at me, I've got a bright red face. So not really that red-faced. Yeah, I'm lying on my bed. My legs are still sore. Okay, I've got asbestos, all right, in the lungs. So, what's your excuse? Don't knock it. See the white waves? See what I'm trying to show you? One wave on top of the other. It's coming in. The tide's coming in. Now we get up here to the rock.
People look, but they don't see. S-E-E. What do you see that you don't realise? Look where the ocean level is. Now my friend, there's the buttons, don't touch them.
Now watch where I walk, and then in the next lot.
Theo did not walk with the mobile phone. Let me be very clear. Did not walk with the mobile phone. Turn the camera around. Theo's phone, just hold there. Theo's phone is found over there, high up on the beach.
That's where his GPS put it. Right up top over the hill.
It's in the walker trail.
That's the walker trail over there.
And that's where we went up.
Come down.
Over that way is the gap in the rock face.
That's where he sat.
That's where he did not go. People think that's where he went. But it clearly shows on the map he walked up and walked up the trail that direction. Then he walked back down to there. So he's come back from a
Southwest.
southwest projection over to there. Then he's walked over to there and left his phone. Now, have a look what's over here. Just walking on this road. They're the rocks.
Now watch my footprints. Four minutes later, those footprints are gone.
This is underwater.
So there's my footprints down there. They're actually in the video shot. You can see it. Big old fat ass me trying to get out. Hey, I'm 61, bad legs, arthritis, no knee joints, bad lungs, but at least I'm giving it a go. Right? Because I used to live up there, and this is what really got me going down here in Sydney. I said, well, why don't they go around there and do this? Why don't they go around and do that? Now, that's got nothing there to do with Theo. But this is why I know he didn't try and walk up the rock face. Because if he went that way up the rock face where the water comes, it's like a rapids. You know when it rains heavy on a rock face and there's no soil left, it's pure rock? Well, you wouldn't dare walk on that stuff and try and climb up it. You'd break your bloody neck. And then, if you were to turn around to the right, and they said the walking trail, even the locals say, you don't go around there alone. Now here it goes. This is where I say it.
So there's a natural drain from the rainwater up in the mountain.
That's the trail.
That is a walking track where the locals...
Can you see it? What can you see that you can't see that I can see? There's a sign there. Don't walk up here. Too dangerous. That's a sign they put on the media. It's not over there in that dead end track. It's there. Going round the headland. Don't walk past there, you'll fall off falling rocks. Everybody thinks that's over there in the dead end track. It's not. It's here going around the facial. Do I get an applause for that one? Give me a comment. Did you realise that's really where that sign was? No, the media let you think it was up the side track back over there on the sand. It's not. It's going around the headland.
walk, but the backpackers won't. Because you turn the camera around down the beach.
He's walked over a kilometre. He walked right out from way down there.
Who the hell's going to find you? There's nobody here. What time is it now? 6 o'clock? Something like that. 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, right? Summertime. He was there at midnight. So, Theo's walked up there, across the top of the sand. I walked on the hard sand because it's low tide. He was here 1 hour after high tide.
That's where I got it wrong. I'm wrong. I said 1 hour after high tide. It was 1 hour
high tide
before low tide.
And look at all the footprints.
Yeah, now notice all the footprints. Look at them all.
For the night before.
See that? Because there's no
and they
wind.
have fires up here. Isn't that what the...
Because there's no fires up there, you see. There's no fires because you're right up next to this rock face. Here's the sand and the wind comes up and goes that way up over the rock face. So in here where this firewood is, there's no wind draft. You know the expression, get out of the wind? That's right. And that's why there's all these footprints. Now let's keep going.
You know what the people said? They had fires. Illegal fires.
Right, so then we walk around, then I find the car keys. Right, then I walk, now, this is me, I'm not being smart, I say I'm Theo. This is exactly what Theo would have seen.
I'm Theo. I'm not being smart. Because this is exactly where his phone was.
I'm a big old fat tubby, I know that. But at least I went up there to find out.
They slowly turned the camera in.
Isn't that what backpackers do? He wants to take time out, he wants to sit there and enjoy the view.
He wants to absorb it into his brain and say, wow, look where I am, halfway around the world before I go down and see my godfather. Before I fly home and go back to university. He's taken time.
From Belgium. He's travelled halfway around the world. Sydney
See?
by
And look, it's
himself.
fenced off.
He's had a couple of beers. He's had a long day.
So it says, don't walk up there. He wouldn't go up there. He was a good kid. A good guy.
Whatever reason.
See?
Now, there's no signs.
There's a
of
few
the bird
footprints walking up there.
moving around like a scuffle.
So there was none of that.
A meter's mark will be shown. If he ran around trying to get away, you would see a bunch of little dots everywhere. There was nothing. It was
Walk, sit.
off.
That was it.
That was it. Sit, off. Next day, from here, the city log, whether or not this was here, I don't know. But it looks like to me, it's been here for quite a while because it's pretty far up the beach. But turn around, see that other log?
That's where the tide comes in.
Well, this is up a lot higher. Go back to me, thanks. So, I'd say he sat here and he thought, this is beautiful. Reunite, midnight,
Middle of winter,
stars around.
it's cold.
Tired, I'm relaxed. Fresh air, I'm enjoying it. See the water over there.
Yeah, this is the key point.
The tide's going out for 1 hour. So he thinks, I'm going to go down here for a dip.
Me trying to be Theo. I can't even run for
Is he
help.
going to take his phone with him? You're not going to take your phone in salt water. You're going to leave it up there by the log where it's safe. Down he goes. He gets washed out. There's a big current. You didn't know. The big current comes around this way, goes around an island, comes around the headland, and there it is right there, out there in front of you. Let's go down, and I'll show you the current the best I can before the sun goes and before the rain gets here. And we're going to keep these keys. I'm going to call these Theo's keys. Because the Theo's expedition.
Memory.
You know, he didn't have a car, but I'm going to call them Theo's memory keys. A reminder how easy it is to get lost on a beach in Australia. So someone's lost their keys, and unfortunately, Theo's family lost Theo. I just hope I bring some sort of sense to all this mystery, to what's going on to other people around the world, so you understand a little bit of common sense.
Now can you see it? Rock, no wave. Waves, no wave. Water, see that's coming in that way. See, that's not coming in straight, that's coming in that way. Because that's getting dragged out there. And Theo's walked in there thinking how nice and safe it is. And it's very luring. It's like a piece of fish bait to a fish, or shrimp prawn to a fish. Watch what happens now on the camera. Apart from me talking aloud. I'll turn the volume down. You don't have to keep hearing me. You just watch the water. That's the camera on the TV, not this camera. Now it sneaks up to me feet. Watch it. Here they come. Sneaky little things. Water sneaks up to me feet. There you go. It's getting closer. And then all of a sudden, it goes all the way back. When the big draw goes out, and look, my footprints are gone. Where's my footprints? They're gone because the tide went right round them. See? Now see the swirl? Now there it is there. You look at it. That's not a wave. I'm trying to keep the camera over there on the big TV set. See that choppy stuff? See it? That's a drain hole. See? The waves are trying to come in over there, but they're getting sucked backwards. There's waves coming in. Look at the wave there. See that wave there? Look, it's going sideways. See it? And it comes up here and gets sucked out there. Bye, Theo. That's exactly where it went. Bye-bye. Boom. Gone. False sense of security. That's all it was. So who's to blame? Nobody. Theo was uneducated by Australian cert. Theo, being from Belgium, was not safety conscious of the ocean. To my knowledge. Sorry if I offend anybody. But from Belgium, how often do you go surfing in oceans like that? See, you just don't understand the water unless you study it. Unless you do stuff like damming and creeks and rivers like I do. It's got to go somewhere. It's like on my live stream. Look at my live stream last night. Go back and have a look. There's a live stream down there. I get a phone call from the guy I stayed with, and his house was just about to go underwater. That was in 2 days ago. You go down and you see Rex and Chris having a party. We're sitting there playing this Gaelic music, and now he's ringing me up 2 days later and saying, my house is about to get flooded. It's on the live stream. And when I left, it was bone dry. And his house is up on stilts. It's in one of the videos of Dumb Bible Railway Station. You can see where he is, Dumb Bible. New Bible, Dumb Bible. That's the name of the heading of the video. You see Frank's old house. We call him Frank or Rex. His name is Rex Francis, but he calls Frank. And then you'll see what I mean. And that's only 30 k's away from this site. That's why it's relevant. It's only 30 kilometres away. How quick the water can change in this area. You're up in the, not quite the tropics, but you're in a rainforesty east coast of Australia. See, look, my footprints are gone. There you go, footprints are gone. That's where I climbed up. See, there's that sign. It's over there. That's where Theo sat, way up there. Now, if I bring the camera, I can't control the camera now because I'm down here. Where's that sign? The sign's over there beyond that rock. There it is. Hang on. There it is there. Big sign. Don't walk around the rocks. That's don't walk around the rocks. Theo didn't try to walk around the rocks. Because why did he leave his phone on the beach? You wouldn't leave your phone on the beach and go for a walk around the rocks, because then you're going to have to come back. Why would you? You wouldn't. He'd keep it with him. He's a lone backpacker. He needs it to call help. So no, I'd say he's gone for a bloody swim. He's walked right down through there. He's gone for a swim. Now look how deep it is. Watch. I'll go down there. I'll put my arms up. And look, you can't even hear me. That's a hole.
Yep.
There's a hole. That's what we call a hole in the ocean bed. Now look how high I get as I walk up. Little fat me. But you don't realise how far uphill that is. It's massive. It's a long way. So for Mr. Hominoid, Mr. Hominoid at Patreon, you like this? Yeah, I know, I'm stuttering. I'm tired, I'm out of breath, and I travelled 900 k's. That's why I'm redoing this bit. Right, so
okay, let's just have a look around. There he is. He sat up there, left his phone up there. He's gone down there for a swim. He got washed out. Somebody's come along, picked up his clothes, picked up his phone, walked around the rocks there to the left, and away they went. Now let's go find that sign, and I'll show you the misleading bit where they make out that that sign is actually up that sandy track. It's not. It's over there, not up, back up here. Yeah, I'm showing you. Oh, look, my mouth open, no teeth. Sorry about that. Isn't that... Sorry. Just get over it. Let's just try from there. Get me off the screen. Right. Everybody thinks Theo walked down through there, then he walked up that track there, and they think that sign is up here. It's not. It's over here past the waves. There's the waves. If you can't see it on the TV set, that's where the sign is. I've just proven it. Everybody's got the impression that sign is up here. It's not. It's over there. Now, I'll go find it on 60 Minutes and I'll show you what it looks like. There he says it. See what he's doing? Now let's do that again. Let's just, I'm not trying to rub it in about Theo, but let's just, that's Ken Gamble. That's a federal policeman. Look, see what he's doing?
But connected to that phone.
He's watching that phone.
Within moments of CCTV capturing him,
He's reading his map.
And disappears.
Now,
The Byron Bay at this stage. They're expecting him to make his return to Melbourne, then fly back home. But after nearly a week of silence on his normally active Facebook page and no messages to any family member, Theo's mother in Brussels raises the alarm. JP, it's 6 days and no one notices or realises that something's wrong.
Not knowing that he was in Byron Bay at that time, at the time of where he went missing, my first reaction was don't worry, but really quickly on Lisa found out that he didn't go on a bus trip to...
I just got something there on their table.
No one
I'll show you.
notices or realises that something's wrong.
Not knowing that he was in Byron Bay at that time,
I look and see.
Of where he went missing, my first reaction was don't worry, but really quickly on Lisa
There's the GPS tracks. So they're showing the GPS tracks where he's going. What else I got there? There's a map, Byron Bay Headland. That'd be his room, or something like that. Can't really make out them. That's a map of Byron Bay. There's the car park. And it's showing he's walked up from there. See, they've even marked it with a big red dot. That's where he come out, walk past the car park and walk straight up. Because look, there's the car park. You can clearly see the rows of cars. Or the ranger station and the rows of cars down here. See, and there's another map, Byron Bay Headland. And look at that one. See, I stop their videos and I pause and I look and see what they've got. And that's how I work out what they've got. That means absolutely not really much, but it did give me a few clues.
found out that he didn't go.
Now let's find that sign.
Has vanished without a trace from the New South Wales Hollywood haven of Byron Bay.
There it is. Now that's what it looks like at night.
Theo's family flies in from Bill.
So who the hell is going to find him?
And where's that sign? This is what I want to find. Look, they can do all the walk around shots. They got this actor doing the walk around bit. That doesn't interest me. I go in facts. Ah, there it is. Look, Channel 9. You've even got it in your own 60 Minutes, and Channel 9 would not even listen that they got it wrong in their own news report. They said he came out of the car park. And what's this? It shows Milne Street track. So Channel 9 already knew this. That's why I don't trust the media. The media gets it all wrong.
Gamble and geospatial expert, and by cyber specialist Nigel Fee. What the
Go back that little bit.
raw data that's been analysed by Ken Gamble and geospatial expert.
Can you see what Theo's done? He's come out of Cheeky Monkey. There's the kink in the 2 streets that I went past. There's the sports field.